This is History Myths and Myth Conceptions, and today's myth conception is Machiavelli endorsed tyranny. Niccolò Machiavelli is considered one of the most important political thinkers of all time, and more or less a father of realpolitik, a realistic and pragmatic approach to politics. At the same time, the word Machiavellian implies scheming and basically serves as a synonym of such words as immoral and unethical. And Machiavelli himself is often associated with total disregard of morality, total endorsement of tyranny, deceit, and general cruelty, which is incredibly far from being true. One of the main problems for this kind of misunderstanding lies in his most famous work, The Prince. Usually, it is the only work by Machiavelli that people read, and most of the time they don't even read The Prince, they read opinions about the book or more or less outrageous quotes taken out of context. And here's the news. The Prince is not the only book he wrote. And The Prince serves a certain purpose and doesn't really represent the political philosophy of Niccolò Machiavelli. Much more representative, in fact, is his Discourses on Livy. Discourses on Livy is a very influential work, but it is not as widely read by the general public as The Prince. And the reason for that is not only the relative absence of provocative quotes, but also the size and the nature of this work. The Prince is quite short and can be quickly read in one sitting. Discourses are significantly larger, and is called Discourses on Livy for a reason. Actually, the full name of the book is Discourses on the First 10 of Titus Livy. The first 10 means the first 10 books of Livy's History of Rome. And in order to read the discourses, you'd better have a certain knowledge about the history of ancient Rome and actually also about the history of ancient Greece as well. And preferably, you'd better also read the first 10 books of Livy, which can be done in one sitting regardless of how fast you read. You have to invest something like 25 to 40 hours of your time to do that. And this is one of the reasons why people generally choose to go with The Prince, or with the quotes from The Prince. And yeah, Machiavelli wrote even more books, including the History of Florence. But Discourses on Livy is pretty much his magnum opus. So what can we see in Discourses? Well, many things. It is a relatively big and complex work. But first of all, Machiavelli was a more or less hardcore Republican, meaning not the supporter of a particular Republican party in one or two or three modern countries. No, he thought that the Republic is the best form of government. And he was a big fan of the Roman Republic, especially when it was an actual aristocratic republic, not an elective monarchy in disguise. All this realpolitik in The Prince is pretty much exactly that, realpolitik. A realistic, not a romantic view on how things work, and especially how things work right now. Right now means 16th century. The Prince was written quite quickly and had a specific purpose, but it describes only a part of Machiavelli's political views. And yes, he probably thought that a strong and quite ruthless ruler is something that the current 16th century situation requires. In the short term, at least, not in the long run. In the long run, he wants a republic, a decent one, uncorrupted one, kinda like in early Rome. It is an oversimplification, obviously, but yes, the general idea goes a bit like this. And right now, 16th century, he needs a certain groundwork for the Republic. And he thinks that the fact that the members of the same family, Medici, rule Florence and the Papal States, is a brilliant opportunity for an attempt to reunify Italy. So in fact, Machiavelli is also a father of republicanism, and his thoughts, observations, and approach are deeper and, let's put it this way, more benevolent than most people think.